Hi all you beautiful people. Here we are again. This is the best spot right now with the light there is. There's not much light, especially today, it's quite grey. And yeah, let's do our Sunday shining. Thank you for all your wonderful comments, and especially you who share something very personal. I think it is a very great gift for all of us to see that we're, well, first of all, we're not alone in feeling strange feelings or having a life that might seem quite messed up. I mean, most of us, we wish to have a life that just works well, where people love us and good relationships, wonderful home, everything functioning well. And I think for most of us, unless you're very, very evolved, it is, it's not easy to be living a life where there's challenges. And as I see it, there's probably no one really on earth who does not have challenges. And I think the really, a very healing step to take is to just start speaking about it. And that's what I feel very much with these channels I have, and sort of exposing myself. That's one of my jobs on earth, to just say this is the way it feels and this is the way it is, and it's messy and it's strange. And some people find it very uncomfortable, and I think the ones who find it uncomfortable, not all of them, but some of them, they find it hard to be honest like that themselves, because it seems very frightening. It's very uncomfortable for them because they wouldn't do it themselves. And so whatever is very foreign to you, you don't like other people doing. But whatever is natural for you, you like other people doing too. We are these group beings. So thank you to all of you for supporting me on this this very, very stormy ocean that I have been on the last few weeks, and as I've said before, have actually taught me a lot. So thank you to you who have donated and just supported me morally, and just been so kind and so sweet. And it's just been very, very powerful. And I feel I'm sailing, we're all sailing this ship, and the ship seems to get bigger and bigger, and the seas seem to get higher and higher, and you have to keep the rudder, hold the rudder very, very firmly, and sometimes you have to hold on really, really, really tight. And the thing is, we're not holding on to the old life. That's not what we're doing. We're holding on to what we feel is true all the time. So it's the truth that is the muscles of our arm. It's the truth. Wishing a deeper truth, more truth to come into manifestation in our lives. More truth, more integrity, more honesty, more power. Just more allowing each and every one of us to just stand where we stand, to be as we are. And that's the way we're going to navigate through this and come into more and more beautiful lives. Because we must be guided by our own inner truth, no matter how many children, neighbors, husbands, whatever we have or don't have, whatever people are saying around us. That is, as I see it, there is no other way. If you wish to create a beautiful life, you must be the master of that life. And you must have the courage, and that's why so many, we would experience many people around us criticizing us, because it forces us to either go with them. It's always go with what they say, or go with what I feel is true. And it's a constant, some days more than others, some periods more than others. It's a constant, I wouldn't call it battle, but challenge. to keep asking, okay, well, they say this, but what do I say? What's true for me? And that's truth for you. And also, I just got this thing about the whole thing of comparing ourselves with others. Let's just stop comparing, because it's useless. What feels true and right for you is the truth, and it's beautiful, even though you're the only one on earth doing it, or you're amongst a million people doing it. Doesn't matter. That's not what this is about. It's not important. And we've so trained to compare ourselves, every single tiny bit of our body, mind, everything we are. We keep comparing with others, and it's really, really useless, especially now. And we will learn this. It will come more and more, because the more you feel how wonderful it is to follow your heart, the more you want to do it. It's not comfortable to just do what other people do. Just initially it might feel comfortable because there's lots of you doing it, but in the long run it's not comfortable, because you can feel this, it gets to feel wrong after a while. So all this comfort of feeling okay by the standards of the world around us, we just have to let that all go. So one of you commented on being married and having lovers. Not that I need any lover really, or any lovers or anything. It's just to say what my situation is. And the person said, well, that's against the light. And my comment is, the marriage contract that we have in our country, in some countries doesn't work. It's not legal. So like if a Muslim couple get married here, it's actually not a legal marriage. They have to get married in a different way. So the piece of paper you have is just a piece of paper that some authority has made. But I think the real piece of paper is the one from God. And if God guides you to do things in certain ways, that's the way to do it. And nobody can really say that it's wrong. So that's just how I feel it is, that there's actually no, unless you're really going against the law. But the law in our country does not say that you're not allowed to have lovers in a marriage. You're not allowed to have an open marriage. You are. So we're not going against any law in our country, and it's really what two people decide to do within a marriage. I think as long as you're not harming anyone, is okay. So there is no rules really anymore. I'll just get the fire going. So right now in the situation where I am, I'm very happy that I have not challenged myself physically and financially and in other ways to change my life dramatically, because as the situation is, I feel also all around me there's a lot of turbulence. And I've mentioned this before, that having a very calm life and being able to support whoever of my children who needs some support, or whoever in my life need that, it's wonderful to have a very solid, peaceful, stable life. And I think it's very helpful for them, because the world is very, very tumultuous, and it's a good feeling to have a little, I feel I live in a sanctuary for myself. I've created this little place for myself, and with all the beings around me, we've helped each other create this very peaceful place. We have all the water we need, we have the heating, we have food. It's just very, very wonderful and peaceful. And right now in our country, all the schools and all the communal institutions have closed down because of the coronavirus, because it's spreading very quickly. And so to avoid too much spread, to make it just really, really horrific, they've closed all these schools down and yeah, all these institutions, so people are being asked to stay home as much as possible. And I mean, if I was in the middle of a move, it would just be so stressful. So yeah, and in a way I feel the whole corona thing, that it is just really a trap, I feel, because there are so many dangers. The most dangerous thing you can do is get into your car and go for a drive. That's the most dangerous thing, in one sense. But really, as the way we're treating the earth every day, we humans, the way we are destroying the earth, nobody talks about anymore. The way we treat the animals, the way we treat nature, is complete destruction of ourselves. Nobody talks about it because we've done it for so long. But then when this little disease comes along, and a few thousand people have died from that, everybody's focusing on it, but it's really, in a way, very, very stupid. Because there are so many dangers and there's so much destruction going on, and we are really cause of it, us humans. And the fact that we just, in a way, I just got this picture that human beings, with the way we live, the way we eat, the way we produce our food, the way the way we have built this society up is like one big atomic bomb that keeps going on Earth. And the atomic bomb has made this fence blow to the side, and that's the corona. And everybody's run over to the fence, and they're trying to trying to get the fence to stand up because it's bent over. But the atomic bomb keeps going on. That's really it's just really not that you shouldn't be careful, because it's a good idea to be careful not to spread it, but really that there are so many major problems on the earth. And really, as I see it and as I feel I've learnt it on my way, is that this old earth is dying, and it will disappear, because the new earth has appeared, and it is on a different dimension. It just is different. I don't completely understand it, but I can feel it. And so I feel my duty is to love every moment of my day and night, to feel gratitude, to love just seeing the wind in the trees, just feel that joy. And that way I'm lifting my vibration, I'm staying high, and I'm also helping, I'm lifting the vibration of everything. And also, well, what I feel after all the different, I feel my life has been really quite difficult, and many people have been suffering around me all my life, really, and it just keeps going on. And so many years ago, I really learned that how everything has a deeper meaning, and that this is what we're seeing around us, and how we're interacting with people is only really a tiny speck of the whole picture, and that each and every one of us is this magnificent being, is God in human form, and we've come to become blinded and go into the darkness and get lost. And although you're a mother, or you're a father, or you're a sister, or you're whatever you are in relation to a person, they have a whole journey they need to go through that has really nothing to do with you, in a sense. And in another sense, they are mirroring, they are all a part of me, because I am the all. It's very, very abstract. They are a little aspect of me. They're not separate from me, but they have their own journey they're on, because they are, from their world, they are the whole cosmos in their world. It's very, very hard to explain. But when I got to understand that there's really nothing that needs to be fixed, there's no one that needs to be fixed, everybody is on their soul mission, on their journey, and some people need to be stuck in the dark all their life, till the day they die. And that's what they have chosen on a deep level. And so it has helped me so much, because I really, really could learn to let go and understand this, that love is to allow. Love is not to judge people's lives, whether it's good or bad, and what's good and bad, and what's right and wrong, and help them get out of what mess you feel they're in. It's wrong. It has no truth in it, because the way you see their life is not the way their life is to be seen. So just step back, and it's so exhausting trying to understand people's journey. Why are they doing what they're doing? Why are they drug addicts? Why are they alcoholics? Why are they getting up every morning hating themselves and hating the world? Why are they eating food that's making them mentally ill and sick? Why are they doing this? Why don't they stop it now so I can relax? Well, they won't. Because you have to learn to relax in that. You have to learn to relax there. They're doing that because there is a deep purpose for them to do it. And the most loving thing you can do is love them where they are. Let them be. And if for your own sanity and your own well-being, you have to not be with them and not speak to them very much, do that. And love that. Because we will not unfold our magnificence if we are constantly stressed by an alcoholic sitting right next to us, or a drug addict who keeps calling twice a day because they're your sister or whatever. So yeah, love is something that is very different to what we learned that love is. I wrote a few things down. Yeah, I just love I just love keep reminding myself that no matter who around me in my life is completely embedded in darkness and the ego, they will return to the light one day. I think it's so comforting. They will discover their own magnificence. That they are God in human form, and that they'll realize that they've been lost. It will happen. I think that's so encouraging. I can become very impatient because I think, my goodness, why do people keep being so stuck? This is unbelievable. But to just keep reminding myself it's going to pass. Yeah. And when I step into a higher vibration, it's in a way it's not really there, or it just doesn't matter really. So and knowing that the world that we're creating now, every time we feel we come into more in alignment with ourselves, dare to be who we are, no matter how strange that might seem, every time you come into your own well-being, we are creating this world of truth, of honesty, integrity, wisdom, power. We're creating a new world together. And it's beautiful. And I believe I'm going to live there. And it's coming more and more. And let's see what happens. But really all judgment of anyone or anything you can't use. You can judge yourself or correct yourself and keep going on your path, but setting us all free, setting everyone free. And the funny thing is that the reason why you can't set others free and you're judgmental if you are still of other people is because you can't set yourself free. When you set yourself free, it's very natural to set them free. So everything we do to others is what we're doing to ourselves. People who are very, very critical of other people, they're very critical of themselves. you do onto the world what you're doing to yourself. But it takes a while for us to realize this. Yeah, and the other thing, it's in this allowing. That's really where that's really our path forward. It's living in the allowing. And as one spiritual teacher I was seeing yesterday, it's in the non-doing. It's in the non-doing. It's in the being that everything is happening now. It's not in the doing. Oh, I did this and I did this and I did this. Oh, well, good. But what is your being? How are you? Which state of being are you in? That's where everything is happening right now. Whether you're living here, on the North Pole, on the South Pole, wherever you are, it does not matter. That's not what this is about. It's about your being, your beingness. Are you in love? I have fallen in love. Let's fall in love. Fall into love. And when we come into this deep place of love within us, we realize that it's wonderful to have a relationship with another person, but that deep love is what these very, very holy people have found is the deepest and most beautiful relationship that will ever be. It's the one within yourself. So let's fall into love, fall in love. Let yourself fall into the bosom of the Lord. Let yourself fall into it. Stop controlling life with your ideas, which often are not, they're not useful. Yeah, I can just share a little thing, because what I feel I'm meant to do with these videos, one of the things is just to share my joy, because I love life so much, and I love to unfold, I love to create. And so with the monies that some of you have sent me, I've been shopping. I've been shopping on the internet, and I've bought some beautiful things. And some of the things you're going to see it all really. One of the things I bought was seeds, because I'm going to be staying here for a while, and this land is very, very wet, and what I want to do is get some seeds into the ground that will give more beauty and more nourishment to the soil. So I went shopping on the internet and bought this, which is a new thing in Denmark, because we realize that everything has become monoculture and all the insects are leaving us, because because the variation, yeah, all the different plants, species, insects and so on, they're having a very hard time because we're growing all the same stuff. And so you can buy these boxes of seeds that I'm going to sow into the grass, and I'm going to sow it out and put the sheep and the cows on just when it's quite dry in a while, and they can just step it in and then graze it once, and then hopefully late summer there will be all these beautiful, beautiful seeds. This is yeah, I'll make a video about it. Another one is flower seeds. This is flowers, wildflowers. So yeah, that's what many of these holistic grazers, or just some of them, are doing. They're throwing the seeds and letting the cows step on them, and then you have all this beautiful, beautiful plants coming up later on. You just have to make sure to let it grow, of course, so it can flower. Another thing I got was Diana Cooper, who you might like, you might not like. She's a real angel woman. I just felt very inspired, because I love animals, to get her new cards. And I don't have any cards really, but these are the Archangel Animal cards. And there's no doubt in my mind that animals have really saved my life. I wouldn't be here without the animals. So I'll be using them, I think, in our Sunday Shining, these cards. I won't show them to you now because they're very beautiful and they're very special, and yeah. And the whole thing of picking a card, it's just understanding that everything, all the messages you need are there for you. And when you, just like I'm using the angel cards or the Gabriel messages, just relax, and you'll pick the card that you need, that will give you a little inspiration for your day. And it's all it's like they say that the thing is, all the information we need is there, and the exact information that you need for today is there. You'll pick it up either by looking in a magazine, looking out the window, something happening, synchronicity. It will come to you the more aligned you are. The more aligned you are, the more you will pick up all the messages you need. So really, we could have a whole deck of cards and just pick and pick and pick and pick. But if you're not in alignment, you're not going to get what you need to hear today. And it is wonderful to get some inspiration. Could be from a card, could be wherever. I had a funny little synchronistic experience the other day, just after I'd made the decision to not move for now. And I was on the internet, and suddenly this ad came up that I could win something, and I never go to those things, but it just sounded so incredible. I could win this thing that was really expensive, and I thought, why not do it? And they said it was because of the birthday. Some company had a birthday, and now you can win this and this. And I was clicking, and I nearly got all the way, because you have to click in your bank card, because you have to pay a little amount, and that's when they trick you. And it was so stupid. And I nearly went through, and I thought, I better call my son and ask him, what am I doing? And at the very moment I sat there, I was actually with him on the phone, and he said, just switch it off straight away. Don't do it. He was just calm, as usual. He's always very, very calm. Just switch it off, because it's nothing. They're just going to cheat you. And in the moment I was sitting with him on the phone, these balloons came by. They were tied together, and they had all this beautiful string from presents. They came flying straight towards my window. I mean, you know where I am, in the middle of the country. I've never seen it in my life. They came flying towards my window, and they flew up and flew over to the neighbours, where they all burst. And it was so funny, so synchronistic, and I felt the Lord was just really, I thought, what is this message? Because I was all in birthday birthday mode, going to click in, trusting all this happiness, all this, and I was in the middle of being tricked, really. And what was it telling me? It was telling me to oh yes, you can have all these signs that something is really great, but don't let yourself get tricked. Just stay focused. And in a way, it was a little bit like that home I went to look at, which was, it was the only price that it was possible for me to get. And where you get to the place, and you can see it's a dump, and the property company, I can't remember what they're called, what do you call them, the real estate company, the headline was this beautiful, they didn't say paradise, but almost paradise in the middle of the country, this and this and this. Everything they said was a lie. It was one big lie, because it was a dump. It was a rotten house on a dump. And I just have this very, very naive belief, which is probably very, very, in a way it's very beautiful to believe in the good of all man, believe that every person is honest and you can rely on them. But it's not like that yet. The earth is not like that yet. And I was really quite shocked, because I thought that people are honest, and they're not. They're not honest. They lie. They like to lie. It's their way of being. And so what a shock I got. I'm really living, in a way, I'm really living in this love cocoon. And it does really, really affect me to realize how bad people, what a bad state people still are in. But I believe they're going to get out of it one day. I'm just being told by the Lord, don't let it affect you. Just keep living in your sanctuary. Love. Look out the window, see the branches, see the trees, listen to the birds. They're singing. It's all beautiful. It's all good. And that's the world that we are creating. That's the one I'm in already. I'm already there. So don't let it upset you, because they're there because they need to be liars for a while. Let them do their thing. Just get on with your own thing. So that was a little bit about me. I got another thing, by the way, going back to my shopping. I got myself a new sewing machine, which is not new, but I always use second-hand sewing machines from a second-hand shop. I've done that all the last 30 years, and they work for a while and they don't work anymore. And now this time I bought one that's a little bit more expensive from a sewing machine man I went to visit, and he's checked it and it was a little bit pricey, but I thought I'm going to have that, so it's going to work for me, so I can do some sewing sometimes. So life is good, the clouds are coming, and we're going to do a Gabriel message. Let's do it. Okay, so let's see what the Lord wants us to see today. We've had so many now, so I want to give you all of them. How about just this is a good one. It's number 2. You are always receiving God's love, whether you tune in or not. Dear one, God's love is the energy that permeates the universe. It is the essence in which you live and move and have your being. There is no time when you are separate from this divine love, whether or not you are aware of this fact. Divine love is always there for you. If you do choose to be aware that you are basking in the light of the universe in every moment, your life can change for the better. When you remember that you are always receiving God's blessings, you can know that you are supremely loved. No matter what you have done or not done, you are loved. No matter how imperfect you feel, you are loved. You are the beloved child of a benevolent spirit who wants you to be happy, free, wealthy, and filled with love. This is what you deserve because you are you. You have come to this place and time to hear this message. You need to remember how much your life is worth to the Creator of all that is. Bask in this possibility for a moment. Breathe in the divine light and know, really know, how much you are loved. There is no one else in the world with the gifts, talents, and abilities that you have. When you realize this, you can give thanks, knowing the way is now open for you to use your God-given talents and abilities to expand and enrich your life. For this you came to earth. You also came to earth to learn the lessons you have chosen to learn. These lessons may feel difficult. You may see no way to accomplish your dreams. You may not even feel as though it is okay to have your dreams. Yet within you there is a spark of light that believes that you are receiving divine love. This love, which you are continuously receiving, holds the energy that can carry your dreams into this world. This love can heal all that causes you pain. This love brings hope and carries the seed of truth within its light-filled energy. It's here for you now. Breathe in divine love. The angels are messengers of God. They carry divine love to those who listen and receive all that is available to them from the universal presence. So ask to receive this love. You are worthy to have the love of God in every area of your life. Remember as you go through this day, no matter what you are doing and where you are always receiving God's love, whether you tune in or not. Jesus said, I am the light. And he said, you are the light. Let your light shine. It's a dark day today. So that was what a beautiful, beautiful message from Archangel Gabriel. That we are so deeply loved every single moment of the day and the night. We have always been and we will always be, because we are love. But we are also loved. We are not just love ourselves, but we are loved. It's we're one big giving and receiving of love, really. And even though we're not tuned in, but of course, when you allow yourself to tune in, which really means to tune into your joy, what do you love to do? What brings you joy? What makes you feel really good? When you do that, you will feel how loved you are. You'll feel it. When we're not in tune and we're not aligned, we know it with our mind that we love, but we don't really feel it because we're stressed in some way. And as I see it, every single moment of the day and night, you can choose to be joyful, feel good. And of course that's when, everything changes. It's life completely changes when you tune into the love that you are and that God is for you. So we are really mighty creators, each and every one of us. And some say we're going to create universes. Each and every one of us is going to create a universe. And it sounds so weird, but as I've seen many times before, human beings are not afraid of their their failures and the bad things about them, their faults, they're afraid of their magnificence. That's why the world got into this state, became such a dark place, because people are afraid of their own magnificence, their own beauty, their own greatness, their own abilities. It's so strange. And that is really how to understand when people say the world is an illusion, because the world, everything that is the darkness is an illusion. It's not there, because the truth is that you are the greatest of the greatest, and you came here to be that, and to cleanse away every part of you that does not believe that. The liar, the addict, the destroyer, the killer, the negative. We came to clean it away, and to, as it says in the Bible, everything will come to the surface, and it is light. So everything that needs cleaning away in us, it's only distorted light, because there is only light. Darkness is only lack of light. So there is only light. So everything that we feel, I have to clean this away from my life, is in its deepest core, it is the light. It's just become distorted. So we have nothing to fear. So yeah. And understanding that we are these magnificent beings, very quickly the mind will say, well, then create something magnificent. Let me see it, prove it. Come on, prove it, you're so magnificent. But that's then we're tricked again. Our magnificence is really that we can sink into the bosom of the Lord and be our magnificence, just be it. To enjoy lighting a little candle and seeing the light shining in the leaves, that's our magnificence. It's not the magnificence of the ego. Oh, just a second. That was my new phone. I've got myself a retro phone that can do a proper ringing. Okay, so we're going to finish this video. And yeah, all we need is right where we are. And if we are to make changes, we will be guided, and we will feel it's very, very wonderful and peaceful and very delicious. Whatever we are to do feels delicious. And nobody can judge us. And we don't need to judge ourselves, because we don't need the judging anymore. We need the shining. Just shine your light right where you are. So, yeah, this was wonderful. It's one of the best things I can do in life, is doing these videos, Sunday Shining. I love it so much. So have a very, very special Sunday. Really special Sunday, wherever you are. Feeling the love, feeling the peace, feeling the joy, feeling your magnificence in whatever tiny, tiny, tiny little thing you are doing. Be the magnificence in this moment. Just feel it. Okay, so I'll leave you now, and I'll send you all my love. See you.